What's up, y'all? This is Jake, and I'm hanging with Rob on Front Row Live.
Congratulations on the success this year. I feel like we talked and then like everything else has been just blowing up for you.
Yeah.
The debut album dropped and it's been doing amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's so good to be here. Thanks for everything. I mean, yeah, it's been such a wild ride, especially recently. I've been a fan of Golden Hour. Like, it was one of my favorite songs I have ever written. And then to see people respond in that way, it's been like just the sickest thing. So things have been great.
And let's go in and talk about that creative process for Golden Hour, because the thing that I fell in love with the most on that track was the way that the piano sounded with your vocals, especially with the sped up, like the fast piano. Like, I don't even know how to even name that, but I was just like, shit, like this is beautiful. Like, so what was that process like, recording or creating this track with your brother?
Yeah, so for me, I started off, it was a long day in the studio. I had tried making a bunch of different songs that none of them were feeling great. And at the end I was like, I'm gonna just pull up a piano. I just started playing something and I had this loop. After a while I was like, this is really nice. And so put it on loop. I was like, this feels really good. And then I went in, just started recording some melodies, and like first shot, I had the pre-chorus into the chorus, and it was just like, man, it just felt like a golden moment for sure. And I had that pre-chorus, chorus, and then I went back. I was like, we need something a little choppy, a little rappy for the verse. And by that time, it was like, it just made sense. The song was pretty much done. It was like, this is sick. So it was an awesome, really cool moment. You don't get a lot of those, creating.
Did you feel like this song was going to be what it is today, or was that a genuine surprise for you?
It was a genuine surprise for sure, just because that song is definitely, pretty forward-leaning. I feel like, I don't hear too much stuff like that on the radio or just in general, and so I was just so surprised that people were really ready for it. And so I always loved the song. It was one of my favorites, but, just to know that people like that music, it's kind of freed me up to be more experimental, so I'm really excited.
And the fact that you're performing it here on the Village Stage here at Jingle Ball this year, like that's amazing. Because I was saying earlier, usually the artists that perform on the Village Stage, the next year or so, like they end up being on the main stage. So what does it mean for you to be performing on this stage right now?
Man, it's a dream come true, just because a lot of the songs that I was making, I had some success during, and I didn't really experience what it was like to perform. And so it's kind of like a brand new experience for me, and it's my favorite thing now. So like it's so dope. I love it.
Now, you also had a great collaboration with Jax, who's also performing tonight. What was that chemistry like between the two of you? Like, going into the studio, did you guys get to do this together? Was this like all through like Zoom? Like, what was that process?
Yeah, so she had this sick song idea, and we called up over FaceTime, and like I live in Rhode Island, still do, and so like everything I do is remote. And so with her, like she had this perspective of like a guy and girl relationship, just talking about how you need to be secure with yourself and who you are before getting into a relationship. And it was just a really cool like back and forth sort of thing. We're writing the lyrics together, and it just worked out. It was such a dope collaboration. I love Jax. She's the best.
I feel like I've been hearing your name a lot more with either collaborations or just you as the artist. Like, what has this year looked like for you? Like, I'm sure it's like full of surprises at the same time. Like, you don't realize what's coming up next, but what has that experience and that vibe been like for you?
Yeah, it's been sick. I mean, with the success of Golden Hour, a lot of different artists have reached out and just, said that they like the song, and some of my all-time favorite heroes. And so, there's a lot of people now that I've been talking to, working on some music, all sorts of stuff. And so for me, it's all about the music. Just make sure the songs are great and, really connect with people. And, now being able to do that with some of my favorite artists is really, just a dream. And so, I'm living in it. I'm here in the moment. I'm excited.
I'm excited that this is happening. I look forward to 2023. What are your plans so far for this upcoming year?
Yeah, right now, I mean, I'm just really getting into the live performance space, just kind of getting out of the house finally. And so, for me, I got a few performances coming up. I'm doing a headlining show in New York and LA, and we just put up tickets for a second time. We upgraded the venue, and they sold out in an hour or two. So, it's really sick. We're just excited to be out on the road. And so, 2023 will be more music, more performances, all sorts of stuff.